I have Chris Ward with me here today, and Chris, I know one of your favorite things to do on a surfboard is going vertical and then blowing your tail on a backside snap. And the key to pulling it off is something we'd all like to know. So for starters, tell us how a RIKT kicktail helps you make that maneuver look so smooth and effortless.
Well, when I'm on the board, I can just feel I can feel my back foot where it is usually. And especially with the RIKT, I can plant my back foot right up on the kicktail. And so it gives me leverage to where I can actually just pivot my body and pivot the board and throw it up vertically. Basically at will, it's pretty easy once you feel that kicktail. You can control your board way more than usual. And I just lock my foot back there and it just lean back on it, and then I can feel my board just responding super quick. So it's just the response mechanism that I get off my back foot, and turning the board so quickly. I just feel so controlled just putting my back foot on the tail where you have most control of your board, and then just being able to rebound off the lip and not slip at all, and just have that confidence knowing that I'm going to make the maneuver. So yeah, the RIKT kicktail, it feels so just solid on my back foot.
I know when surfing with a standard traction pad, you've experienced what a lot of us have experienced, and it's hard to find that kicktail when you're going down a wave. Tell us about that.
Yeah, sometimes I would search for that tail pad, and my foot would be in the wrong spot, or I just can't really feel the kicktail. And as soon as I tried the RIKT, I automatically knew exactly where that kicktail was, and I could wedge my foot back there on the tail and really give it more strength on my turns, and I feel way more confident having my foot back there wedged up against the kicktail, because usually I'm going for late maneuvers or trying to push really hard, and a lot of times without a kicktail or a good kicktail, you slide off the side, or sometimes you'll slide off the back or totally miss the kicktail. But with the RIKT, I don't slip. I lock my foot back on the tail, and it just gives me that leverage that no other kicktail does.
If I'm hearing you right, when you're surfing on a regular traction pad, trying to go vertical, it's easy to slip right off the back of your board.
If you weren't on a RIKT, a lot of times you go super vertical late and your foot just comes sliding right off the tail. But on a RIKT, your foot will never do that. You can just plant it back there and actually gain confidence in your maneuver, knowing that you're just gonna take that lip out and land the maneuver because your foot's solid on the tail.
We're going to go into my backyard right now and have a look at a surfboard equipped with a regular traction pad and a surfboard equipped with a RIKT, so you can kind of show us what you're talking about. Okay, so Chris, show us what it's like to try and stand on a surfboard with your back foot going vertical using a typical traction pad.
Oh yeah.
Can you even stick your foot on it?
Not really, it just slides right off. But you feel it. I mean, it's better than no traction. It's better than no kicktail. But it's almost it's not comparable to the RIKT at all.
Let's try the same thing with a RIKT now.
That's a big difference. Because, once you find that sweet spot where your tail is, your RIKT's going to be right behind supporting your back foot. And so you could just lock your back foot right where your arch, before your arch on that. You can just wedge that right back up against that kicktail. And look, I'm basically steering the board with my foot on the kicktail. So that's what it feels like.
There's no way you could do that with a traction pad.
Oh, no, not at all. So there's that much more control and that much more leverage you get off off the RIKT kicktail. It's really high. With that being said, you could really just plant your foot back there and control. Yeah, so that's a big game changer right there. Super high kick for people that like to build their back foot supported and go vertical.